Let's hurry up and get through this. America will never admit we are wrong. You know, and I think that's the problem why we're still in the Middle East and why no one wants to help us. We're in the wrong here, and we need to fix this. But Americans hate to admit when they're wrong, and yeah, who could blame them? We're supposed to be the greatest nation on the earth. Well, in the news, Mormon children are still under child services care, all based on a lie from a woman who basically visited the city. I'm going to speak out about this thing. They found some 13, 14-year-old girls here who have children of their own, and they're married to much older men. In their religion, this is an acceptable way. Polygamy is no longer accepted in the United States as a form, but in other countries all around the world, having a harem is a very noble thing. But on the other side, something that made me upset about this same sect is when these young men turned 18, they would be turned out, literally turned out in the streets. Good luck with the clothes on your back, and their fates were their own. Some of them weren't so pretty. Others managed to get by, get decent jobs, and do okay. While America rages on, unsuspecting citizens begin to find lead in virtually all products from Chinese manufacturers. I'm telling you, these people are not our friends. And don't forget, we owe them money, which makes it even worse. So it's one thing when you owe your friend money and they want their money back now. It's a whole other one when they've tainted everything. Now, Admiral Fallon quit, resulting from what he describes as an inaccurate portrayal of the war, or the lies that he was forced to endure when he got there on the ground and found out the truth. This has put him at odds with the current administration, and they gladly accepted his resignation. So I'm going to take this moment. Admiral Fallon, will you please hold a press conference? Will you please come out with the truth about the war in Iraq? Will anyone please speak the truth about the war in Iraq and how good or bad it really is? And what's going on there? What orders are being handed out to stop this, or to at least make it level? I think you know he wants to pick a fight with Iran, and I'm pretty sure that's why you wanted to withdraw. General Petraeus has now been moved up, and a few others under him has made rank, and General Petraeus is in charge of the entire Middle East theater now. In Mexico, they're selling gas for $2 US a gallon. Texas-based companies have been crossing over the border to purchase gasoline, coming back over the border to supply their trucks. Can't say as I blame them. CNN now spins for an eyewitness, an actual soldier who served at Abu Ghraib. And he spoke about the heinous crimes and his own guilt in it. The fellow's name's Roman Kroll. In my opinion, he's a real American hero because he finally came forward. Before, he was just an impressionable young man. Now he's a man. He's admitted what's going on, and he's coming forward with everything, and he's suffering guilt. He's also admitted that the CIA encouraged him to carry on like this in their interrogation practices. So now we know what that is. And now the U.S. has defended the spin control. Of course they have. They want to defend their own spin control. They want this all to just go away. Now, not given any human rights, remember, any and all captured Americans, all of you soldiers who would like to hope that your enemy is going to give you rules under Geneva Convention, that's off the table. Your enemy is entitled to treat you how you treated them. So let's hope that they take the higher ground in actual uniformed military combat. Terrorists, however, are equal to American street thugs. I mean, they might be organized finally after all this time. You guys waited long enough. And, they're just street thugs. I mean, they're not really organized. They're no better than our East Coast or West Coast gangs or Midwest gangs, you name it. And another report on Afghani heroin. Apparently the drug has hit the streets in force. And there's been a couple of reports, but not too many, and it's sort of been obscured, even though we know it's here, and it's being brought over by the CIA to help fund this war, and we know it. Americans know it. The war on drugs is the most humongous fake ever created. And in politics, McCain spoke up on health care. He wanted me to tell you, good luck with that, and screw you. In Peru, American-based corporation called Doe Run. It is owned by Doe Run Companies of St. Louis, Missouri. Shame on you. They're emitting more than twice the lead and arsenic amounts allowed, which I think it should be somewhere close to zero. It's in the water table, it's in the air, which means it's in the plants, which means it's in the people, and it's in the animals, so everyone's affected. So we can look forward to cancer striking those areas over the next few years. I'm no moralist or prude, but I want to talk out about this sex hotel or sensual hotel and reality television. This isn't how people really should behave, or how people really do behave. In Syria we bombed a building. Want to know why they waited 7 months to tell us? Because Colin Powell didn't have time to draw up those pictures or come up with any artwork to present to anyone. The United States first upon intelligence should have notified the UAEA, the Energy Council for the United Nations, and let them first go in and inspect. But apparently they decided to bomb, and now we find out that was a lie. That was a fabrication under Israeli news, or under Israeli intelligence, that turned out to be false. So they made up a story. It took them 7 months to do it, but they had to find some pictures. They had to scramble for some other stuff. It's just amazing the collusion of criminality that's occurring right now. This is another embarrassment. No one wants to own up to it. It's a lie. So they fabricated Iraqi national treasures. Okay, so they fabricated that. Now, Iraqi national treasures stolen are now returned. Good news. The buyers are nations like Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Germany, and Italy. They know where the stuff went. They're just trying to get it all back now. Food protest today in Senegal. America's puppet government in Haiti demand their leader John Bertrand Aristide. So the guy that we put in there to take his place, they want him out, and they want their leader back after we escorted him out of the country for his own safety and never let him go home. True story. Finally, living under a threat in Sadr City. A battle between CIA-backed terrorists with guns and ammo and U.S. and Iraqi forces are facing large opposition forces in that region. We know what's going on there. America, it's all about spin control. Where did our 440,000 guns go? What were the guns in that 30,000 gun stash? I'd like to have been able to take a look at them. And Iranians are not obligated to timestamp their weapons in any way as far as date and manufacture, but Americans are, and most European nations, and none of the communist bloc or the former communist bloc are obligated to timestamp or date stamp any of their equipment. So I'm almost willing to bet these are lies upon lies. It's bobblehead news for everyone else. So if you want real news, look around the internet. It's around. If you want to just have somebody tell you what to think and what to say the next time you're in a polite conversation, watch Fox. For everybody else, I'll see you later. Take care.